Just want to do a big shout out to Reggie. Thank you very much for being an ongoing Patreon supporter. It's very much appreciated. And if you want your name at the beginning of this video in future, make sure you check out my Patreon in the description box below. Hi, my name is John of Millinery and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be using... So I was at Hatter's Millinery Supplies getting some stuff and they had Tubular Crin. So what I did is I wanted to make something kind of mermaidy, unicorn inspired-ish, but as you'll see in this video, I did start making it on this and then I realised it was a little too much. Yes, I know, even I know that sometimes things can be a little too much. If this is the first time you've joined me, hi, I'm John, welcome to Millinery on YouTube. We talk about hats, we make lots of headwear, and sometimes things don't go as planned, like in today's video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and to all my returning viewers, make sure you turn on that notification, just be notified when I put videos out in the future, usually on Wednesdays. In fact, I put out on Wednesdays, very rarely put them on other days. And make sure you follow me on all my social media, which will be on the screen now. So I'm not going to get into too much. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter than I usually do. So let's crack into this video. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and blocked my cinema on my Percher block. You're also going to need, or what I also bought was Tubular Crin in purple. I also picked it up in this beautiful pink and this sort of blue aquary vibe thing going on. And then because obviously it's a mermaid, unicorn, mythical creature fantasy, I also went through my stash and looked at these crystals, which I think would go really nice with them, and I probably will end up putting some AB crystals on as well, some clear AB. So first thing first, put this to one side and I'm going to take this off the block and wire the edge. Okay, so this is how I like to attach my wires. So I've cut enough to go around and overlap a little bit as well. And then instead of starting right at the end here, I start maybe about an inch down, because then it doesn't come off the thread, and that way you can still overlap it and it's fine. And then all I use is a blanket stitch, so you can't really see because I'm using a black thread, and I just make sure I come through. Why is this thread not working today? And I've probably got a bit too much thread here, but doing it this way, I believe, will automatically give it a blanket stitch. So I like to sew towards myself through the threads, and then it will give like a blanket stitch on the top, like so. Can you see that? Yep. So I'm going to go around and sew this and I'll be back with you. And it was this point, as I was sewing, thinking, is the Tubular Crin going to be enough? I decided to bring out the hollow. So it's a little bit messy, it needs a good polish, but it's fine. What I'm going to do is use my ruler and just cut strips of hollow, and we're going to put them on top of here just like this. So yeah, let's crack on with the hollow. So for this, what I'm doing is I'm just marking it with a, what's this? This is a seam ripper. So I'm just marking my lines with a seam ripper, because I'm not going to need huge amounts of this. I love this hollow fabric so much. I do want to keep these roughly the same width. Right, so let's see what this is going to look like. See, under these lights, under the studio lights, it looks more like the oranges and yellows, but actually in person, like there's definitely like this pink here. Where is it? Here. I love this. So yeah, well, I'm going to cut strips of this out and see what we can do with it. Okay, so my first thought is to layer it like this, but it doesn't have any stretch on it at all. So that's going to be one of the issues that I have. Let's see. I'm not sure. So this is where the problem's going to be here. Because it doesn't have any stretch or any ease or anything like that. Oh. Let's see what this looks like on top. Well, I think that could work. I just need to figure out how to lay these. Unless I'll just put it where I know it will sit. So for example, like this. What do we think? It doesn't sit 100%, that's all. And then I am going to be putting everything on top, so yeah. Well, so I am going to go ahead with this. So what I'm going to do now is sew just at the bottom here on all of the different sections, because we are going to hide that with some petroleum anyway. So I'm going to do that now. When I was doing this, I decided it needs something more. So thankfully I live just around the corner from a haberdashery shop, and I got this beautiful grosgrain ribbon, so I thought I'd just like weave it in and out. So yeah, I think it looks, just gives that extra sort of dimension, so to speak. So I'm just gonna thread this through and just randomly weave it in and out, just like so. And that wants to go over there and then under here. Cool. And then all I'm going to do is just line that up. And then just bulldog clip that there. And there. That really should have come across a bit more, but I don't know really what else to do. I mean, to be fair, you're probably not even going to see most of this. So, like, I don't actually know why I'm doing it, but I think it looks nice. So, yeah. Then all I'm doing is I'm just gonna sew it into to the edge here, trying to do it as close to the edge as possible, because we are gonna covering this with some more grosgrain ribbon or Peterson ribbon, but you don't want to see any of the stitches. It was at this point I kind of realised, this isn't going to work. So what I did is I went ahead and blocked another one, and it was a simple colour, just a purple. I think this would work a hell of a lot better with the colours of the Tubular Crin. So this one will actually go and be photographed and put on my website for sale. So if you want to buy it, feel free. So to attach the crin to the base, I'm going to use some wire. Now, I didn't use this thick wire. I actually used this small, thin wire. I can't remember which gauge it is. And I just made a little prong with 2 feet sticking out. And I'm just going to sew it really over the wire on both sides to really hold that into place. So what I ended up doing on the new piece was just looping the crin, the tubular crin, just in loops. I used all of the crin, so nothing went to waste. Well, a tiny little bit did. And then gathered it in the centre, well, in the middle, and then just use the ends, as you can see what I'm doing here, wrapping it around that centre to hold it into place. And what I'd done is I initially put it onto the wire that we'd sewn in earlier. The issue with that was it was too high, way too high. So I had to then figure something out. So what I actually ended up doing here was initially I started sewing it to the wire just to hold it into place, because the crin just kept wanting to like do its own thing and running away and trying to not stay where I wanted it to, which was an absolute nightmare. And I just used like a really dark thread here just so that I could see where it was, so I could cut it out later. As you can see, it's went everywhere. So what I ended up doing was taking that out and actually using a bit of metallic thread, just a very thin like metallic wire that I had, and just threading it through the crin, just in various places, tying it down, pulling it, just threading it back through on itself, pulling it, just to then give that illusion of there's no threads there, because you could definitely see that purple thread that I had, and there was no really way of disguising that, so that was an issue that I really was seeing. I had to take my time with this because it kept breaking. This was a very, very, very thin metallic thread, so that was an issue there. Then, as you can see here, what I ended up doing was bending that wire in half, just then it didn't poke out of the top as much, and just all I did was put the tubular crin onto that wire, and you can see here at the back it's still poking out a little bit, but you can easily hide that with just by arranging the crin around it and just put, like, tying bits of the crin to the thing, and it should really hide that for you, and then just start playing with it. Now what I did off camera was sew the back of it down just to hold it into place on the crin, and then just pull on the crin at the top and the bottom just to get them loops sitting exactly where you want to put them, and then there you go, all nice and done, ready to wear, and just put a headband in or a elastic and you're done, ready to go. So this is going to go up on the website as well as the other one. So yes, I definitely, when I got this crin, I definitely wanted to make something loopy and kind of, I wanted to kind of reference that unicorn thing on the head, that whatever it is, the horn, and it actually sits really nice on the head. And you know, I mean, there was I got 15 meters of tubular crin, so there's 15 meters of tubular crin on here, and yeah, like, it's simple but striking. Now this one, why did I ever think that that would work? Why? I have no idea, but I clearly did. So these are both going up on my website to sell, hopefully. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and usually at the end of this video I put like a little update on fitness, so I'm actually remembering to record it this time. So this is week 3. Am I on week 4 now? No, this is week 3. So last week I did go, yeah, so last week was the last of week 3. This is like week 4. I did go to the gym 4 times, so this week I have to go 4 times. Today is Wednesday. I went yesterday with Peter, my trainer. Tomorrow I'm going Peter with the trainer. He's beautiful, by the way. And then I go on the weekend as well. So that'll be my 4 times, and then I can look at getting a new hat block. And then my new fitness goal after that will be to go 5 times a week for 6 weeks. Yeah, I mean, it's a struggle. It's a struggle going forward, but you know, I do manage. So that is my little fitness update. Thank you very much for watching. I have been John. You have been great. I will see you next week. Bye.